right, now it's working. Hello everyone, I'm Piero and Chief Scientist and co-founder of Predibase. And very quickly, don't want to bother you so much, but I want to show you why Predibase is the best developer platform for open source LLMs. We are the best company that does LoRA fine-tuning. LoRA fine-tuning is a technique that if you're unfamiliar with, you actually should, because it's the best way to get better performance from your data, fine-tuning your models on your data. And you can fine-tune models that are 250 times smaller than the larger ones that are the commercial ones, and you get better performance. The graph that you see at the bottom is 30 data sets that we fine-tune models on, and the bar represents how much better than GPT-4 can we get with fine-tuning. You can see like many of them are the same performance, many of them are also better performance. If you're curious about this, there's this fine-tuning index that we put out and all the data is available, so check it out. Predibase is the best platform for doing this, and why it's the best? It's the best. You get better performance from your models, on average 13% better than open source solutions, and also it's the best in terms of the infra. So our fine-tuning is 6 times faster than what you would get otherwise. Because it's so easy, our customers are training many, many models. This example is from Conversa, which is one of our enterprise customers, and they trained more than 400 different models for different tasks. And if you train 400 different models, the problem is that if you deploy all of them one by one, you need 400 GPUs, and that's very, very expensive. And so they are using our inference technology, which is based on 2 projects. One is called LoRax, which makes it possible to hot swap the LoRas on the fly so that you can serve 100 of them on a single GPU. And also we have a unique secret sauce, which is called Turbo LoRA, which makes it possible to fine-tune not only to improve the quality, but also to improve the speed and throughput of your models, and they improve by 2-3x. So let me show you quickly a demo. The way it works is, very first thing you can do in the platform, you just select an open source model and you can send some queries. This is not particularly impressive, but it's the foundation on top of which we are building everything else. Once you've tried your model, then you can connect your data. And there's like many different connectors. These are some of them. The example that I'm showing you here is a dataset that is called user complaints dataset. And there's many columns in this dataset. The main one is a complaint from a customer that actually sent to the FIC the complaints about a product and with a specific issue. And associated with these complaints, there's 3 different fields. One is what product was it about? The other field is what was the issue that they were complaining about? And then the third field is field where basically there's a response to that specific complaint that, here you see it, a response associated to that specific complaint. If you have a data set like this, you can train 3 different models on 3 different tasks. And the way to do it is very simple. You click on the Adapters tab, and you choose the base model that you want to start from. All the well-known open source ones are available there, and there's also a few like closed source ones, like Solar, for instance. You have all the control over all the parameters that you may want to change during the training phase. And also, you can turn on, if you want, Turbo LoRA to get that additional boost in performance in terms of throughput after deployment. When you're ready with this, you click on the train button, and after you do that, it's really, really fast at training, and you get a UI that looks like this, that shows all what happens during the training phase. Here you have an example of losses and performance metrics. You get the full picture so that you can decide which models you want to deploy or not. The nice thing is that the moment that you have trained them, they're already available for you to deploy. So here, I'm basically passing an example of one customer complaint from the test set of the dataset and using the base model to get the results. As you can see, it's very repetitive. It's not really good at answering what actually was the need of the customer, really. It's like really, really bad at doing this. But you can basically just select which adapter model you want to use, and you can just run immediately on the fly and obtain a prediction from the adapted model. As you can see, it's substantially better when you use the adapted model, and it looks like an actual answer that customer support representative could actually send. And also on the fly, you can choose the other models that we trained for the other tasks. So for instance, you can choose the model that predicts the type of issue, and also the model that predicts the product that was the source of this complaint. These models are already deployed, and there's a deployment tab that helps you see the health of all these models, and it's really, really nice to look at. What I showed you use the UI, but we also have a really powerful Python SDK where with one line of code, you can create a new model deployment. With another line, you do the fine-tuning. With a third line, you do the deployment, and the final line basically makes it possible for you to query it. So with 4 lines of code, you get from like connecting your data to deploy the model that you can use for these tasks. If you're curious, we have a booth there. Please come and talk to us. And also, we have like a free trial where we give $25 worth of training models for you to test it out. And you can train like 3 or 4 or 5 models with that amount of data. So please try it out. And thank you very much.